What should be done in Ukraine? The president's talking about more economic sanctions when he meets with NATO leaders next week in Europe.
First of all, we've got to realize what Vladimir Putin is. He's an old KGB colonel that wants to restore the Russian Empire. When Yanukovych was overthrown peacefully by the people of Ukraine, indicating their commitment to being part of Europe, Vladimir Putin had to take Crimea because of his desire to have that naval base and access to the Mediterranean. Then Vladimir Putin thought that he could excite enough separatists, enough pro-Russians in eastern Ukraine to establish some sort of area under his control.
Right, but what to do next? What to do now, Senator McCain?
What to do now is impose strong sanctions. Do you know that we wouldn't even give intelligence information or weapons to Ukraine? Give them the weapons they need. Give them the wherewithal they need. Give them the ability to fight. They will fight. And as far as Vladimir Putin is concerned, put strong sanctions. If you're looking at it from Vladimir Putin's viewpoint, Major, he's done pretty well with minimum of penalty. And as long as the Europeans are dependent on his energy supplies, they're not going to do much.
Senator, I've talked to people at the White House who say the last thing that region needs is more weapons. That's making the situation worse. You disagree. Why do you believe the introduction of U.S. weapons would make a difference on the ground in eastern Ukraine?
For God's sake, can't we help these people defend themselves? This is not an incursion. This is an invasion.
Is it a war? Has there been an act of war committed by Russia against Ukraine?
I think from a Ukrainian standpoint, you would say that. He's establishing a land bridge all the way to Crimea, and he may then threaten Moldova and the Baltics if he continues to succeed. When you say it's a quote war, it's a conflict that requires our participation, not through American ground troops, but our participation, our help, and our leadership. And that is what seems to be missing. Libya now is collapsed into a failed state. That is what happens when you lead from behind. And we are now facing more crises in more parts of the world than at any time since the end of the Cold War.